All right, so I got the GMC moved into the driveway. Now it's time to start the disassembly process of the front end. So we got to get that front diff out of there. First we got to remove these skid pans and a few other things. Got to pull the axles out, got to pull the front wheels off, I guess, to get to that. So we'll get started doing that first. Now we got the front end off the ground. Got our jack stands in there. Remember, boys and girls, always use your jack stands. Now we got to get the lug nuts off. Remember, these are plastic covers on these lug nuts. So those are not the lug nuts. These covers are 22 millimeters. We gotta find some different wheels for this thing too. These wheels are definitely not gonna cut it. See, they say 4x4. It's gonna be all-wheel drive. Get this one off. Now to get the axle out, you gotta take this big nut off here, and then there's like 6 bolts, 8 bolts back in there, right there. So you gotta take those out, so we'll get those out next. So I'm hoping to actually use the axle shafts from the Denali also. They're heavier duty and they're in good shape, and these are not. So we're gonna hope we can do that too. That'd be real ideal. If I have to, I'm not sure, but I may be able to change the hubs from the truck to the Denali also. I don't know. That's good because that's the last one I got. I guess I'm probably gonna have to pop these ball joints out too. If I had to guess, I need to rebuild this whole front end anyway, so I guess I just need to start tearing this thing apart. I mean, the bushings are dry rotted. Obviously needs brakes. These rotors are, oh my god, they're freaking bad. So yeah, probably gonna just tear this whole front end apart, I'd say. I got the lowering keys for the 4-wheel drive. Just gonna lower the front 3. I'm gonna do an axle flip in the rear, so it'll be 6-inch rear, 3-inch front. That, I'm hoping that sets it down to where it just got maybe a couple inches of space between the wheel well and the tire, but we'll see. I'm not sure just yet, but let's get this front end tore apart. This part's a little easier on this 4-wheel drive instead of the all-wheel drive, because the all-wheel drive, you can't you can't spin each individual wheel. You have to have all 4 wheels off the ground to make that happen. So that part kind of sucks, but we'll get around that somehow. All right, so the front diff's out. There's the all-wheel drive one. There's the 4-wheel drive one. You see the difference. The 4-wheel drive one has this actuator, and that's what controls the 4-wheel drive. This one does not have that. It's all-wheel drive, so it's basically engaged all the time. The axle stubs are a little beefier on the all-wheel drive one, it looks like. And yeah, that's it though. Other than that, they look pretty much identical. So both 373, so I don't have to deal with that. I'm almost wondering if you can't just, if you wanted to, take the end of this piece off and put that one on it. You will notice though, I am gonna have to, let's see, I'll come in an angle. See how this one's angled down more than this one, so I'm gonna have to come up with some sort of different bracket to hold that side, but I work at a fab shop, so that is no big deal for me. Here's the axle shafts out of this thing. So the 2 center ones are out of the OBS truck. 2 outside ones are out of the Yukon Denali. As you can see, they're all exactly the same length. I think even this diameter is the same. I think all I gotta do is polish up that edge right there, and it should seal that axle too. So I'm gonna use the hubs too. So gonna do some degreasing on this thing now. Well, we sprayed the old super clean on, let it sit, cleaned up pretty good. Everything's pretty good shape. So probably throw some paint on it. Maybe put some bushings in it. Probably throw some paint on it. All right, there we go. Little Rust-Oleum rebuild. Everything looks better with fresh paint, right? I'll hit it with another coat. Don't worry, it is getting new brakes, new shocks, and new bushings and stuff, but I had to cover up the rust. But we finally got a day. It's not raining, so we're gonna jump back on the old GMC. Gonna clean up this area right here that goes in the hub. Gonna use these axles off the 2005 Denali. I made a plug for that. My buddy Ben actually welded that up for me, and we're gonna switch these out so the angle's right on that, and threw a little Rust-Oleum on that bracket, so paint everything up. Why not? It's already out, right? So I didn't have a plug to fit that, so I tapped the backside of it, put some thread sealer on it, tapped it that way. It'll look like it's got a hole in it, but it don't matter. All right, first thing we're gonna do, see if we can knock this axle out of here. All right, so I wasn't sure, but I gave it a little tappy tap. The old axle just slides out of there. So we're going to take these 5 bolts out. Hopefully there isn't a flood of oil. that oil is nasty. There's no gasket or no silicone or nothing, so I guess we're just gonna put it back together like that and I guess hope it seals. I don't know. Now, I guess we just stick this axle back in there. Just like that. Now, everything's right. The bracket's gonna be right, everything, so. Yeah, that made it easy. Just got a little emery cloth. Just gonna clean up this area right here. Just where the seal rides on, that rust that's on there will wreak havoc on that seal. So I could use my spinny brush. The spinny brush is the goodie brush. Alright, there's one. And I guess if we have problems later, we'll just have to fix it. Huh? I know, but Ray, why don't you fix it now while you're in there? Well, I don't have the parts, so we're going to use what we got. I mean, right now we're just kind of hoping that this all works anyway, so. Okay, maybe let's see here. Well, I mean, it fits that way. So if it fits that way, it's got to fit the other way, right? There we are. That's what we wanted. Let's do the other side. All right, now that I know the secret is holding your tongue right. So, I'm trying to revive you, truck. Don't you want to live again? Good God. All right, that's that. All right, we're going to put our freshly painted steel tacky bracket up here. that's in there. Now, we'll hang these bolts out of here. Yeah, it's actually quite cozy underneath this truck. I know my dogs lay under here now. Not that I'm saying I'm a dog or anything, but you know what I'm saying. All right, let's drag that diff under here. All right. All right, just got to get this thing lined up now. And yeah, then we can go in. This is kind of a pain in the ass by yourself. Just need a help or a shop with a lift. Come on. All right. We're close. We're close. All right, that one's good. Well, I gotta get that bolt in, then it's pretty much in there. I got that bolt in there. I just had to ask myself, what would Buff do? Buff would have gave it a little tappy tap, so that's what I did. Little tappy tap. See that? It was stuck. It sat out in the monsoon for a couple days and it was stuck. Good thing I ordered new rotors and pads and all that stuff for it. And I'm going to replace the brake lines. We're going to try to make it safe and reliable, which is something that I normally don't have on my vehicles. Normally when talking about my vehicle, safe and reliable is not the same sentence. Unlike some of these big channels, I don't have no sponsor. This is all coming out of my pocket. All right, I went on to Rock Auto and I sourced me some new sway bar links. You know, Rock Auto is actually a fairly affordable way to do this stuff. I'm probably putting these on upside down, but I feel like this would be easier this way. So that's how I'm going to do it. Okay. Now I know why it wasn't that way. This is a pain in the ass. Time to get my tappy tap. Big enough hammer for the job. I think that'd make Buff proud. God. No, no. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I just dropped that rubber bushing down inside the... Oh, no. All right, so apparently I'm not the first one to ever drop that little rubber piece down that little hole, because I fished out 3 more. But I got it out of there. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's out now, so gotta tighten that up, and then this side's done. All right, let's see if this one goes a little smoother. I doubt it, but you never know. This sucks. This is probably one of the worst ones I've ever done. So there you have it. That's an all-wheel drive front diff swap into a 87 to 97 GM OBS CK pickup. Next, we'll be doing the rest of the drivetrain swap. So stay tuned. A lot more to come on this fun build.